and this here may be tough to you. Snack cake to me, yeah, more hostess. This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feta, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's good, Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joking. I'm back again with a brand new video. And before I get into the details of this game between the Saints and the Panthers, I noticed something in my last video I did. It was scheduled to upload around noon or 1 o'clock earlier today. But I noticed there are a lot of Saints fans in the comments of that preview video. Usually when I do these videos, it's mainly obviously 95% like Panthers fans. But when I do get other fans from other teams commenting on the videos, it's usually in the post-game like review video. I don't really see too many fans talking about the teams and whatnot in the preview video. And if it is, it's usually after the game. They come back to my preview video to see what I said and then like, oh, you're wrong about this, you're wrong about that. But what I noticed in those comments was a lot of grandstanding. I saw some people commenting on multiple threads with some very wild predictions about this game, talking about 55-20, maybe even like 43-7. I saw some very ridiculous things being said about the New Orleans Saints. But even if you weren't in that group of people who were commenting in that video, if you're a Saints fan watching this video right here, you should not be proud of the game you just watched. A win is a win, no matter what the score is, but you should not be proud of the product that your team put on that field. I called the loss. I called it being a 3-point game, honestly. I think I called it actually I think I said it was going to be a 4 or 6 point game. But I thought it was going to be close. I thought it would be a lot higher scoring. Obviously, I think most people thought it was going to be a lot higher scoring. We only got to 21 points total. Whatever the line was for this game, it was probably way over 21, and I doubt anyone bet the under in this game. You would have had to be the craziest person in the world to bet the under for this game, and I don't even know what the under was. But if you're proud of Drew Brees only putting up 12 points, really only 6, if you're proud of your team only putting up 12 points to a team on a 5-game losing streak, you have to be out of your mind. Now, I thought the game against the Steelers was our worst game. No. Score-wise, sure. How he looked-wise, sure. It was our worst-looking game, worst-looking score of the season. But I have to say, for 100% fact-proof positive, this game right here, this 12-9 loss to the Saints is easily the worst game I have seen from the Panthers this year and last year. I'm having a hard time remembering off the top of my head how things were 2 years ago. Isn't that when we went 6-10? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember. That was the season where we lost a lot of games by about 3 points. We lost a lot of one-possession games 2 years ago. That was kind of tough. But this was a game that we did not really deserve to lose. No, we deserved to lose it. But the real thing is, we had so many opportunities to win this game. It was actually disgusting. Now, before I get into the actual details and the plays and whatnot, let me put some numbers in your face real quick. The Saints had 21 first downs. We had 13. Off top, that sounds bad, but when I really get into it, it sounds even worse. Now, the Saints on third down were 4 for 13. 1 for 1 on fourth down, but 4 for 13 on third down, and you got 21 first downs. So between third and fourth down, they were 5 for 14, which means 16 of their other first downs came on first and second down. So that means the Saints were getting big chunk yards, big chunk plays early in the downs, earlier and staying ahead of the chains a lot of the time, for the majority of the time, honestly. And they still only scored 12 points, and we still couldn't win this game. Like I said, we had 13 first downs, and we went 8 for 17 between third and fourth down. 7 for 15, that sounds good. 7 for 15 on third down, that's about just under 50%. I mean, that's not terrible. That's actually pretty decent compared to 4 for 13. If I told you before the game, one team's going to have a third down conversion rate of 4 for 13, and the other's going to have a third down conversion rate of 7 for 15, which team wins that game? Which team is scoring more in that game? 1 for 2 on fourth down, which means that 8 of our 13 first downs came on third and fourth down. Only 5 early in the downs. I don't know what exactly to say. Actually, I'm wrong. I know exactly to say. And I just said it, actually. I was wrong. I was wrong. In those earlier games in the season, it was more on the defense, not performing, not getting tackles, poor tackling form, very bad positioning in the secondary. A lot of things weren't happening for us. The front four were getting no push. Our linebackers looked like, I don't know, they just weren't really doing too much, but they're actually the best position group on the field still. Secondary, come on now. We know what it was. We had to get Eric Reed. But as an aside, Eric Reed and Luke Kuechly are still the only two players on our defense that I just know for a fact I know they're going to get a tackle. I cannot say that same thing about anyone else in an all-black jersey or black and blue jersey. It's just mind-blowing to me how it's like I only have confidence in those two players to always get the tackle. Anyway, you can't blame the defense for this game. You can't blame the defense for this game. I think I said the Saints were number 2 in scoring in the league. 12 points, get them off the field. They get a bunch of first downs, can't turn them into points. Not just touchdowns, they can turn them into touchdowns. They can't turn their first downs, their great drives into points. But what I noticed in this game is that both teams seemed pretty evenly matched. And when you hear that, you think to yourself, oh, that's a positive thing, right? You have 2 evenly matched teams, so that explains why the score is what it was. I mean, 12-9, a 3-point game. Yeah, evenly matched team. You know, it's a divisional rivalry, so you never know what's going to happen in those kind of games. But no, I mean it in a very negative connotation. I mean very impressive offensive drives from both teams. Both teams had some pretty good-looking drives, some pretty good-looking plays at different points in their drives, you know, early in the downs, late in the downs. But it was like right when they needed to make a big play, either the offense would always just stall out and make a bad mistake, or the defense for the other team would stop bending, and finally make a critical stop at an important moment and get the ball back for the team without the other team actually scoring points. I mean, I could talk about Drew Brees being a mere mortal away from that dome. His first 2 drives going 2 for 6, what was it, 29 yards? I mean, I could talk about him going into the half, 11 and 20, 114 yards and 1 interception. But then I had to bring up Cam Newton, 6 for 13, 54 yards, 1 interception going in the half. I mean, this was one of those games where it looked like it was a very big defensive struggle. Like, oh man, 2 great defenses really going at it. Neither team can really score. It looked like 2 teams who wanted the other team to win so badly, and neither team wanted to get that W. It's like when you see 2 teams boosting on 2K in the park. You see like a high-scoring game. It's like, how are these 2 teams going up to like 80 points when it's a game to 21? How these teams keep time or not like winning by 2 or anything? It seemed like both teams wanted the offenses to get their stats up. They let the defense get their stats up a little bit, and then switch roles, switch sides, and then keep repeating that over and over again. I have no idea exactly what happened in this game. Christian McCaffrey threw a touchdown? You think in a game where I tell you a team goes 7 for 15 on 3rd down, their running back throws a touchdown to the tight end who was 3rd on the depth chart to start the season off behind a rookie that we drafted in the 4th round. If I asked you who Chris Manhertz was, could you tell me? Now, I did a couple videos a while back, and there was a lot of people telling me that Chris Manhertz needed to be cut from the team because he does not do anything for the team. Did he score the only touchdown against the Saints? Was Christian McCaffrey our best quarterback tonight? I mean, what would this team be without Christian McCaffrey? This game right here, what I saw in this game right here against the Saints, there's just no way you convince me that there's a more dynamic running back in the league than Christian McCaffrey. Now, I know what Zeke's been doing, I know what Saquon's been doing, and I know about, look, man, the Rams are the Rams. We know what's going on over there. I mean, Kareem Hunt, before he was gone, he was doing some good stuff there too. But there's no one in this league doing what Christian McCaffrey is going to do. He's going to get his 1,000. That means 1,000 rush yards, 1,000 pass. That means 1,000. And he's going to get his 1,000 rush yards, 1,000 receiving yards before the season's out. I 100% guarantee that now that, I mean, obviously our playoff hopes are gone. We may as well make that a focus for the season. Make sure he gets his 1,000. But he threw a... We still couldn't get a win. The only quarterback with a good-looking touchdown pass was Christian McCaffrey. Then we go to Dante Jackson, who really stepped up this game. I mean, honestly, looking at what we have on our team, we have a pretty bright future ahead with a lot of young players. Obviously CMC, obviously DJ Moore, who had a really bad fumble. Look, this isn't his first fumble. This isn't his second fumble in a critical moment in the game. I think everything's there for DJ Moore, but in the offseason, we really got to focus on his ball security and the way he's running with the ball and whatever he's doing. We got to fix that because that's going to be a bad habit late into his career if we do not get that fixed now. But Dante Jackson with that pick 2, a rare pick 2 on a 2-point conversion because the Saints realized we can't score. We can't score against this defense. We got to take any chance we can get. And Dante Jackson took that to the house. He is fast. He is probably one of the fastest players in the league right now. Probably the fastest rookie. I give him fastest rookie for sure. Look, it's really hard for me to put into words just how winnable this game was. It was like every single time the Saints gave us a chance, the Saints wanted us to win this game. Now, if you're a Saints fan, you have to admit and acknowledge that your team did not want to win this game. There was no heart. There was no desire. What am I talking about? What am I even saying right now? We wanted to win even less. This was a game between two teams who had no desire to win this game. And it turns out the Saints wanted to lose just a little bit less than we did because we sure did pull that loss right out of the jaws of a win. We get chance after chance after chance in late game situations, last possession situations, and 2 minute to just slightly under 2 minute situations where good and great quarterbacks are really separated in those 2 minute drills and those 145, 130 drills. Timeouts, no timeouts, doesn't really matter. How many games has it been where we've had the ball last, couldn't do anything with it? Honestly, at this point, we have to just sit Cam and let him rest. Put Taylor Heineke in the game and let us do something. Let him see what he can do. Maybe he can build up some trade stock. We can trade him off in the offseason for something, for some draft picks that we'll desperately need to get anything going next year. I did not like what I saw from Panthers today. I did not like watching that game at all from either side. Neither team really wanted to win. But what did you see, man? Let me know in the comments below. And you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.